Hey guys, and welcome to another review and tutorial by Audesign. Introducing Vocalixir, an all-in-one FL Studio patch that has all you need to achieve professional sounding vocals, no matter the style you're going for. Vocalixir is the perfect option for a vocal chain, especially as a time saver. With a clean and intuitive interface, you can make them sound ready in less than a couple minutes, so Vocalixir will make it infinitely easier for you without sacrificing in quality. Now, first things first, some of you will easily recognize the interface as a well-known vocal plugin that's already on the market, and yeah, we made this patch based on one of the best vocal plugins out there. We implemented all that we consider excellent and expanded upon it, making it more complete with extra sections and effects, so every producer can feel like it has everything to achieve a unique sound. One more thing to mention is that this patch works with OTT by Xfer Records and G-Tune by GVST. So you'll need to install those first if you don't have them already. But don't worry, as they're completely free and they're included with the product. Okay, now you may be wondering why use Vocalixir instead of similar options. So here are some pros to using this patch. One is extra options. It has a whole auto-tune section built into it, and it's something that we definitely wanted to include for Vocalixir, as for many genres this is basically a must-have. We made it very easy to use, and you can make it work as a subtle pitch correction tool as well as a creative one, you know, making the voice robotic. We also expanded upon the effects section by choosing better sounding options as well as a multiband saturator that brings a very nice warmth to the sound. The next point is that there's no installation required. Being an FL Studio patch, you can simply drag and drop Vocalixir to the effects rack and you're ready to go. And the last point is a big one, it's price versus usefulness. Because if you find conventional vocal chain plugins on the market relatively expensive, Vocalixir is a great option as you can achieve the same if not better results in quality, versatility and user-friendliness. And it's an absolute delight to play with for only a fraction of the price. So if all of that sounds great to you, consider subscribing and giving this video a like. It really helps us a lot. And now, without further ado, let's dive into the tutorial. With Vocalixir, you can use whatever vocal you want. It can be dry, it can be already processed with an EQ or a compressor, or both, but just be aware of what the vocals already have as to not over-process them. For example, if your vocal has already been put through a compressor and it sounds good to you, then chances are you'll want to bypass the dynamic section, which you can of course. If the vocal is already EQ'd, you'll need to bypass the tone section, and so on. For this tutorial, we're gonna use a completely dry vocal sample, not EQ'd, not compressed yet, just a plain recording taken straight from the microphone. Shout out to OPS, by the way, great sounds.
Hit the road, come alive, chase the nights and we'll stand tall.
It is high quality as you can hear, but of course it sounds exactly how it's supposed to. So very plain, the dynamics are all over the place, so we're gonna take care of that in a moment. Vocalixir consists of 5 sections that you can turn on and off. We have pitch, dynamics, tone, space, and effects. Before all that, in the up top section, you have a bypass button which we're gonna use to compare the before and after throughout this video. And in the other side, we have a limiter. This limiter is applied after all the sections, so if you want a nice soft limiter to top it all off, you can use it then. And I'm just gonna leave it on because I don't want anything clipping in the recording of this video. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is start with the dynamic section. And why is that? Well, in order to better hear what the pitch section is doing, some compression will help us do that. If we activate it, we can choose between 3 compressor types. There's Opto and VCA, which replicate the behavior of an analog and optical compressor with some nice settings already figured out for the best results. And we decided to include OTT as well. OTT is a multi-band upwards and downwards compressor, and we figured that it fits very well with modern vocals, leaving them very present and balanced, which might be what you want, so here you go. Let's hear how they sound.
Hit the road, come alive, chase the nights and we'll stand tall. Don't slow down, we won't fall. Never been scared at all. Don't know where to begin. We spent our whole lives fitting in, so insecure and trying to hide it. Now the journey starts and we'll fight it. Chasing dreams, reach for the sky.
They're all very nice, the first 2 giving you a more classic result, but I'm going for a more EDM kind of vocal, so I'm sticking with OTT this time. Let's just make sure we don't apply too much and we're set.
Hit the road, come alive, chase the nights and we'll stand tall. Don't slow down, we won't fall.
By By the way, you can compensate the gain of your vocals right here after each section, just in case you add too much volume. Right besides the amount knob, you have a gate button. This is a noise gate in case your recording has some background noise. Sometimes your vocals might have a considerable amount of noise, and adding compression is usually the thing that makes it apparent. Although it is in fact better to have a recording with a low noise floor, most of the time it's not a big deal, as it is not noticeable when the voice is playing, but only in the silent parts. If this is the case, make sure to leave this active and problem solved. Next, we have a de-esser, and for being as simple as it is pretty awesome. Your vocals might have a sibilance problem. That is when high frequencies resonate more than desired in consonants such as S, Z, or K. So you can easily check for them clicking on this button. This will make this band play solo, so you can move this frequency band around to find the problematic frequency range.
Chase the night and we'll stand tall.
Looks like we found it, so let's unmute the frequency band and start taming it.
Chase the night and we'll stand tall. Chase the night and we'll stand tall.
This de-esser acts like a dynamic compressor, so it makes sure to tame these frequencies only when they are present. Now that compression is active and our vocals sound a lot nicer and more controlled, we can try out the pitch section. And this is interesting because we're using G-Snap, but if you already have some pitch correction plugins such as Autotune by Antares or Tune Real Time by Waves, you can use a variant of Vocalixir that works with those plugins. And these variants are included with the product, as you can see here. So you choose whichever you like most. G-Tune works fine, it gets the job done, but of course Antares and Waves work with much more sophisticated algorithms for retuning, and the results are a bit cleaner. With this tutorial I'm gonna use G-Tune, which is the free one. And first of all we can select our scale. We included major, minor and all keys, which is chromatic, as these are the most common. And we can also choose our root key. This is crucial to make our melodies snap to the correct notes, so let's find it. You can do this by ear, of course, but if you're struggling to get it right, you can use something like FL Keys and hear the melody as you try to match the notes.
Hit the road, come alive.
Looks like it's in the key of D, so right here, and this vocal is in the major scale. To apply how and how much correction we want, we have this XY slide. If we drag the point to the right, it's gonna increase the amount of correction, so how spot on we want those notes to be in the scale. And if we drag it up, we increase the speed between changes in the notes. So we could keep it subtle like this, or increase it to give it the typical robotic feel that we all know and love.
Hit the road, come alive. Chase the night and we'll stand tall. Don't slow down, we won't fall. Spent our whole lives fitting in. Spent our whole lives fitting in. Hit the road, hit the road. Don't slow down, we won't fall. Don't slow down, we won't fall.
In this section, we also included the option to pitch your vocals to a different key and one to change the formants. So we could even make it sound fairly masculine if we drag it down an octave.
Hit the road.
Yeah, let's play with the formants.
Chase the night and we'll stand tall. Don't slow down, we won't fall. Never been scared at all. Don't know it to begin. We spent our whole lives fitting in. So is it cool trying to hide it?
Let's move on to the tone section, and this is where you're really gonna make your vocals pop. You have a 4-band EQ, and we can choose between 3 types, which changes the settings a little and gives you different moods. Let's try them out.
Hit the road, come alive. Chase the night and we'll stand tall. Don't slow down, we won't fall. Never been scared at all. Don't know where to begin. We spent our whole lives fitting in. So insecure and trying to hide it. Now the journey starts and we'll fight it. Chasing dreams, reach for the sky. Together we fly and we're rising high.
I think I'm gonna use this one. It fits very well with this type of voice. You can also activate a low cut to remove any rumble or noise the vocals might have. And this voice is fairly high pitched, so let's use it as well. We'll make sure to loop a section of the vocals when it's singing the lowest notes.
Scared at all, scared at all. all.
And now let's adjust the frequency of the cut so everything below that doesn't cause problems.
Skid it all, skid it all, skid it all, skid it all, skid it all.
Now that we've introduced more high frequencies to the sound, let's also revise the de-esser section. Maybe now it will be easier to hear.
Chase the nights and we'll stand tall. Chase the nights and we'll stand tall. Chase the nights and we'll stand tall. Chase the nights and we'll stand tall.
Okay, yeah, that is much better. The space section is your reverb and delay section. You can choose which kind of reverb you want. You have plate, hall, and room. You can set the amount of reverb and also narrow the frequencies of this reverb with a bandpass so it doesn't feel like it's cluttering the vocals.
Chase the nights and we'll stand tall. Don't slow down, we won't fall. Never been scared at all. Don't know where to begin. We spent our whole lives fitting in. So insecure and trying to hide it. Now the journey starts and we'll fight it. Chasing dreams, reach for the sky. Together we fly and we're rising high. Hit the road, hit the road. Don't know where to begin. We spent our whole lives.
I'm gonna leave it like this, it feels very nice and warm. For the delay, you can choose 3 types. The first one is mono, so every repetition of the feedback will sound in the center. The second type is stereo. This means the delay will sound spread in the stereo mix, leaving the main vocals in the center and giving the repetitions of the delay more space. And the third type is ping-pong mode, which means the first repetition will sound on the left, the next one on the right, and so on. We're gonna turn down the reverb for now so we can hear this better.
Hit the road, come alive. Hit the road, come alive. Hit the road, come alive.
I love ping-pong mode, it's like my favorite game. And of course, we can choose the rate of the delay right here.
Hit the road, hit the road, hit the road, hit the road.
To finish, we have the effects section, and the first thing you'll notice is that we included a multiband saturator. Sometimes EQ isn't enough and you'll want to distort your vocals to add harmonics, to add presence to your vocals, so they cut through the mix. And with this, you can achieve it very easily. The first type is warm, and it's a very soft saturator, just to include some fullness into those frequencies you feel like they need more presence.
Hit the road, come alive. Chase the nights and we'll stand tall. Don't slow down, we won't fall.
The second type is a tube saturator, and this one is more aggressive, but still very nice and warm if you want to use it subtly. Or you can go all out, of course, but it's never gonna be super harsh.
Chase the nights and we'll stand tall. Don't slow down, we won't fall. Never been scared at all.
The third type is clip distortion, and yeah, this one's super aggressive. Maybe you're going for a very distorted vocal, and what's cool about this is you can effectively distort the mid-range and get the desired effect without compromising the clarity on the highs.
Hit the road, come alive. Chase the nights and we'll stand tall. Don't slow down, we won't fall. Never been scared at all.
Saturation can be incredibly important in vocals, so with this section you're fully covered. Next, we have a set of 4 different effects, starting with a chorus. This can be useful when working on backing vocals, as it effectively multiplies the signal and spreads it in the stereo field.
Hit the road, come alive. Chase the nights and we'll stand tall. Don't slow down, we won't fall.
The next one is a beat crusher, and you can get some pretty cool effects downsampling the audio, making it sound from lo-fi to very crunchy.
Hit the road, come alive. Chase the nights and we'll stand tall. Don't slow down, we won't fall. Never been scared at all.
With phone, you can cut the lows and highs to make it sound like an old radio, or if we increase it more, it starts to sound like a phone call.
Hit the road, come alive. Chase the nights and we'll stand tall. Don't slow down, we won't fall. Never been scared at all.
And last, with widen, you can spread your vocal in stereo.
Hit the road, come alive. Chase the nights and we'll stand tall. Don't slow down, we won't fall.
This doesn't cause any phase problems whatsoever, and we can know this is true by going to the master channel and converting the signal to mono.
Come alive, chase the nights and we'll stand tall.
And as you can hear, no matter how much stereo we apply, it will always sound clean. I especially like the effects section, as you can achieve some pretty cool results like this.
Now the journey starts and we'll fight it. Never been scared at all. Spent our whole lives fitting in. Hit the road, come alive. Spent our whole lives fitting in. Don't know where to begin. We spent our whole lives fitting in. So insecure and trying to hide it. Together we fly and we're rising high.
Okay, now that we're done, let's deactivate all the sections in Vocalixir to see how much we've improved this vocal.
Hit the road, come alive, chase the nights and we'll stand tall. Don't slow down, we won't fall. Never been scared at all. Don't know where to begin. We spent our whole lives fitting in.
So insecure and trying to hide it. Now the journey starts and we'll fight it.
And that's all, folks. Vocalixir will adapt to any kind of vocals you throw it in, and it's a very intuitive and fast way to achieve a professional sound without struggling to find a vocal chain every time you work on them. So if you like this patch, it's available now at audesign.store. See you next time, everybody!